Dear students, today we are going to take up Joseph Addison's essay Meditations in Westminster Abbey. This essay was published in the 18th century, and let me tell you that 18th century was the age of prose, and Joseph Addison was a very dominant figure at that time. His essays were mostly satiric, means they tried to correct the people wherever they went wrong. He tried to correct them in an indirect manner. He wrote satires by which he very gently made fun of them, and he pointed out their errors to them. This is the purpose of a satire. So I straight away start with the essay. I read a few lines and then explain the same to you. When I am in a serious humor means mood, I very often walk by myself in Westminster Abbey. So the poet says that when he is in a serious mood, he walks alone in Westminster Abbey. What is Westminster? Westminster Abbey is a church in England, and there the people of the royal family were buried after their death. Where the gloominess of the place. Why the place is gloomy? Because there are graves of dead people. So normally people would not come to this place in a jolly mood. And the use to which it is applied, that is, it is a graveyard. With the solemnity of the building is grand, and the condition of the people who lie in it. And definitely the people who lie in the graves, they are dead people. And so when you visit a graveyard, definitely you are filled with sadness. So are apt to fill the mind with a kind of melancholy. So melancholy is sadness. So it is very appropriate. Apt means it is quite appropriate for making you unhappy or melancholy, or rather thoughtfulness, or at least you think about the meaning of life. That is not disagreeable. So you all agree with that. Yesterday I passed a whole afternoon in the churchyard. So the poet was in a meditative mood. He wanted to think upon the existence of human beings, and so he spent some time in the churchyard, which is there in Westminster Abbey. The cloisters are the arches between two columns of the building, and the church, amusing myself with the tombstones and inscriptions that I met. So the poet wanted to read the inscriptions. Inscriptions means writings on the stone or metal, whatever. So the poet wanted to entertain, means pass his time, by the reading of the tombstones. What are the tombstones? Tombstones are the stones put on the grave where something is written about the dead person. So on the stones there was something written on them about the dead people. So now the next sentence is very important. This is very often asked for explanation. Please listen to it carefully. Most of them recorded nothing else of the buried person, but that he was born upon one day and died upon another. The whole history of his life being comprehended in those two circumstances that are common to all mankind. So this is a satire. Now what does the essay say? The essay says that most of the tombstones recorded only two events. The first event is the birth and the second event is death. So the tombstones recorded only these two events of the dead person's life. So birth and death, which are common to all human beings, even to animals, that they are born on one day and that they die, that they died on another day. The poet is questioning what did they do in their lives? That is more important than their coming to the world. So I mean, in those two circumstances that are common to all mankind, I could not but look upon these registers of existence. So these tombstones, which are recording only the date of birth and date of death, they are, what are they? They don't do any glory to the dead person. They have become mere registers where the dates of birth and death are recorded and nothing else. So whether of brass or marble, I mean, the tombstone can be decorated with marble or brass, which is a metal. So that is a kind of satire. Satire means that is a fun, that is a mockery of the dead person upon the departed person, means dead persons who had left no other memorial of them. So this graveyard is the only memorial where there is a tombstone erected in the memory of these dead people. And so the mere mention of these two dates is a fun, is a mockery of the lives of these people. The essayist is suggesting indirectly that those who have erected the tombstone, they should write some few words upon the importance of these people. What change did they bring about in making life better? Yes, please. But that they were born and that they died. They put me in mind of several persons mentioned in the Battle of heroic poems who have sounding names given to them for no other reason but they may be killed and are celebrated for nothing but being knocked on the head. So the poet also refers to some heroic poems. The heroic poems are the description of the people who fought very bravely in the war, but their names are, they sound like as if they were great people. But okay, the poem does not celebrate any act of valor or any act of bravery, but simply says that such and such person was dead in that battle. So that is not justice to the person who died in the war. The life of these men is finally described in a holy writ by the path of an arrow, which is immediately closed up and lost. So these people, whether they are being sung in the heroic poems or whether they are whether their tombstone is erected in a graveyard, but if nothing is said about the importance of their lives, then it becomes a satire, it becomes a type of mockery on the life of the dead person. Upon my going into the church, I entertained myself with the digging of a grave. So the poet started digging a grave and saw in every shovel is an agricultural implement which is used to move the earth. Of it that it was thrown up, the fragment of a bone or a skull intermixed with kind of fresh mouldering earth. So the earth, keeps on changing the bones into dust that sometime or other had a place in the composition of a human body. So naturally the graves are very old and the body decomposes and the bones also decompose. Upon this I began to consider means think with myself, what innumerable means difficult to count. Multitudes means a lot of people lay confused together under the pavement of that ancient cathedral. These people, now they are dead and their graves are often forgotten and intermixed because some graves do not have even the tombstones. So the bone of one grave goes into another grave And so these people have lost their identities, and now their bones are lying confused. Means they don't know whether it is the bone of Mr. X or Mr. Y. How men and women, friends and enemy, priests and soldiers, monks and prebendaries were crumbled amongst one another and blended together in the same common mass. So this is very important. That okay. Now we are, as long as we are living, the men sit away or separate from women. Women have a separate, accommodation for living or whatever. Friends share one common place and enemies share another. Priests and soldiers, now they definitely they have different ranks, and so they'll have different living standards and different places of living. Monks and prebendaries. Prebendaries is the chief clergyman who earns money from a church. So all these people, now they have forgotten their identities. So in their lives they may have been different and distinguished, but now their bodies are broken by the moldering earth, and now the remains of their bodies are confused, and they are blended, means mixed together in the same common mass, this earth. How beauty is. So some of them may be very beautiful, some of them may be, strength is very young, very strong, and youth, and with old age, weakness and deformity. Deformity means ugliness, lay undistinguished. So all these people who had their own distinctions, now they are lying separately in the same promiscuous heap of matter. Promiscuous means the earth is lying with everyone. The earth is embracing everyone without making any distinction, without making any difference. So the poet says that, okay, the essayist says that as long as we are living, we keep on fighting for our distinction, for our identity. But now when we die and our bodies go to grave, after some time one grave, the dead body of one grave is decomposed and the grave is forgotten, or the tombstones are destroyed, and then another person may be buried on that same place. And in this way the powerful and the weak and the rich and the poor and the beautiful and the people who are proud of their beauty, now they are lying with the ugly people after death. So the poet indirectly hints upon the distinctions which we make in our lives. Thank you, friends.